iPad. I'm pretty sure. Because I think when I used to do my lives, when I first started, I did it on my iPad. And I forgot I have to rotate my iPad. But now I know. But welcome to my live. I am going to be making a top for the pants that I previously finished. Here are the pants. I love these pants. I'm most likely going to take them out because they're very long and tubular, which means that whenever I'm dancing, they always be falling down. So I'm most likely going to take off. Here, this is what it looks like. Let me show you. I really wanted them to be long, long, long. You gotta like bunch up on the bottom. So this is it. I had put a little baby pocket right here. This is where it's like super long, like the crotchy area. So I have to like usually like fold this part like this so that it can actually like, fit underneath my belly button. But I'm pretty sure what I am going to do is I'm going to take this out up until like the crotch area and bring it back in so that when you go and see the bodacious booty, because I want my bodacious booty to be shown. Because I've been blessed. My sister was blessed with a chest, and I am blessed with my mama's backus. Not too big, not too huge, good enough to run. Okay? And this is the little top that I'll be making for it. I don't know fully how it's gonna fully turn out, but I definitely am gonna have the breast here. I am working on the other breast, and I'm gonna have a little like band on the bottom, and most likely gonna have tied up the strings right there like that. And I just finished an interview, so I'm gonna start working again because my goal and the show what I'll be watching today is sadistic parents think they got away with dun 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 murder. So yeah. I'm gonna be watching that. But my goal this year in 2026 is to work like dummy hard. Like dummy hard. Like I'm talking every day. Every day I'm gonna work every day. I wanna get 2 jobs, maybe 3, who knows. All I know is I gotta make some money, lots and lots of money. Hola, thank you for joining me. Like I said, I'll be working on a top for my bottoms these pants that I made, and I'm also going to take out these bottoms from the crotch area because I want to have bodacious body to be showing. I want one cheek, left cheek, right cheek to be pow 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 pow. But my goal is to have as many to work really really hard this from now until like August. Then I want to go back home for like a whole entire month and work on building on my house. And then come back here, work really, really hard again while my house is being built because my cousins and uncles can build. So I can just show them exactly what I want. I want like a little cute little cottage kind of style house. I don't want anything huge. I already told my parents, like, nobody's getting any key to my house. Like, there will be nobody in my house, only me and my dust and my energy. So I'm going to do that. And then I want to come back and basically do 6 and 6 in the States, 6 and 6 in Haiti. And then I want to fully do my whole move to Haiti. That's my goal for 2026. That's why I'm going to be working really, 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 really hard. But as of right now, we're going to be watching the parents who think they can just, hurt their children and get away with it. So I'm going to watch that.
Decided to wrap him up, swallow him up. I faced him to me, which is when I saw him turning purple and blue, not breathing.
I don't know how to show you the same thing, but you must have to
reenacting the tragic death of his son, caring more about video games than being a responsible parent. But what Andrew doesn't know is that the medical examiner has already finished the report.
And
what it found in the autopsy
I'm with 2 little doggies right now, so everything is like a lot of little dog fur,
Hands on my kids and I grab your gun and stuff in it right and I proved that. My father on the other hand beat me as a child. I love my son. I want him. I want him back, dude.
On January 7th, 2020, Citrus County Sheriff's Office received a 911 call from Andrew and his girlfriend, Michelle, in Inverness, Florida.
Citrus 911, what's the address of the emergency? 7 Inverness, Florida, 343. Please send somebody quick. He's not breathing. Okay. How old is your... He's about 3 months. He's like 2 or 3 months old, man. Okay. Are you with him now? I'm currently with him. Okay. All right. You said he's 3 months? About. Okay. Is he awake? I don't know. His eyes are kind of open. I heard him like a little bit of air gasping, and now he's not.
The infant was rushed to the hospital, where he passed away. Investigators initially treated it as a medical emergency. But when the autopsy came back, detectives stopped thinking about accidents entirely. 9 months later, Andrew and Michelle were brought in for formal questioning. Together, they would paint a grim picture of what happened that fateful morning.
You're not under arrest, like I said. We're here, we're talking about stuff. If we get to something you want to talk about, just let me know. I appreciate you coming here, and obviously, we've got some information we want to discuss with you guys.
Correct.
And we still have some more questions and stuff, just to kind of like, we still have some pieces we're trying to piece together.
Man, when I'm doing with two colors like this, I be getting tangled up.
He was perfectly fine. When I put him on the couch to feed him, he was perfectly fine. When I burped him, perfectly fine.
Right.
As soon as I laid him down, and I left and I went to go play my Xbox.
I really would love to start a podcast, but I just have to make sure I'm very consistent. I would love to start a podcast. I would love to good morning, wake up with Cassie, wake up with Lovely. How are you doing today? I hope your day is going as fabulous as your face is beautiful, okay? I want to make people feel good. I want to, let people know how amazing and beautiful they are. Because everybody to me, the whole physical, looking thing has nothing. I'm like, your heart is how I feel. I feel your heart. And I want to remind people, how amazing and important they are, because people forget how people forget how amazing they are. People forget it took so much energy to bring them to home. And I want to remind people every morning how to be happy and how to be great. And and me, I've been fighting for one dream my whole life has been to just be consistently with my family, because I have been away from my family for 20 years consistently. That's my dream. But every day I wake up and people say how can you be so happy all the time? I'm like, because I know my dream is going to come true. I'm dreaming it. I'm the creator of my whole entire life. My dream is going to come true. There is no point in me focusing every day. Let me pause this guy real quick. Hold on while I talk. There's no point in me waking up or even going to sleep and not knowing that I'm going to have a phenomenal day. No matter what is happening, I'm still going to have a phenomenal day. If I need to just be go into the mirror and be that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to always make myself feel good every single moment, because the only dream that I have is to be able to wake up every morning and go, Mama? And hear my mother's voice say, yes, daughter. But, she doesn't speak English, so she'll say it in my tongue. But that's my dream. So every day, every moment, everything I do, there is no point in releasing anything negative. And you know how they say, when you pass away, the last 7 minutes or whatever is what you see of your life. I am going to see myself dancing, singing, jumping, doing everything that I love. I'm going to do everything that I love every single day. And there is not going to be a day where I'm over here sad. For what? Sad for what? Frustrated for what? Everybody knows the feeling of frustration. Why should you bring it up? The thing about your brain is it does this crazy thing whenever it's always going to protect you. It's always going to run and say oh my gosh, protect you, blah, blah, blah. And it's going to go to the pile of all the things that says, how do you protect yourself? By being cowardly, by being shy, by not being confident, by hearing the words of other people of what they say. First of all, anybody who has anything to say about you, make sure they have already deposited commas in your bank account. Nobody gets to tell you anything about your life if they're not even helping support it. Even if they're helping support it, like that person should never be like, you should live your life like this. Because when I die and I close my eyes, no matter what connections I have, no matter what blood ties I have, no matter whatever, like whatever past, present, and future, I'm dying alone. And I am not doing it with anybody else's memory as to my life. My life is my own projection, and it's always going to be in my projection a beautiful sunny day. And whenever I am super like, oh my gosh, I miss home super sad, I close my eyes and I just listen to the sound. I just imagine the sound of the waves crashing, and I'm on my beach, butt naked. That's my thing. I don't even know why we wear clothes. That's just the stupidest thing ever. Okay, so I already imagine myself butt naked on my beach, listening to the ocean just crashing, palm trees, me drinking coconut water out of a coconut. Oh, I just miss home so much. So every time when I miss home, I just think about the best things ever that I've had, and that's how I feel. I just feel super super happy, and I never focus on the negative things because the negative things always happen super quick. Why would you focus on negative things and sad things? It is 2026. Please remember, just literally just keep smiling. Keep smiling. Da, 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 knowing that you can always count on me. I think that's what I'm going to do. I really would love to start a podcast, and I would really love to say every morning just positive tips to the world. And I am going to hold myself accountable from now on. After, because my business anniversary is coming up on the 20th of April, and I think I know that's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to have a podcast, and I am going to every morning I'm going to say good morning. May your day be as lovely as your beautiful face. Remember that everything about you is so freaking phenomenal. Like, you're made of electricity, you're made of carbon, you're made of dirt, you're made of tree particles, you're made of everything. And you still survive. And isn't it crazy to think that with all of the destructive things that are in the world right now, food, health, everything, with all the destructing thing, you're still living. The human body is so freaking phenomenal. You better look at yourself every morning, butt naked in the mirror. Look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror, butt naked, and say, damn, I'm still surviving. Me, I don't understand how some people don't know how magnificent they are. No matter what, even people who come out with less limbs or more things or whatever, or even people who are like, I don't understand why people are changing their faces or the whatever, because to me it's kind of like, in order for you to have had to survive from conception, right when that little light came on, everything of your body that came together was perfect already. Like when people play with the eyebrows, or they play with their nose, or they play with their lips. My lips are ashy right now. They're dry. That's why I'd be like, but oh, an alarm. I must have something going on. But I don't know what it is. It's not in my calendar. But with everything that you have, please remember, oh my gosh, you are so perfect. You are so perfect just the way you are. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The most beautiful thing about humanity is there's diversity in everything. We have different eye colors, we have different hair structures, we have different heights, we have different lengths, we have different ways we talk. Like, humanity is pretty freaking spectacular to be like, you can be in China, you can be in North America and still communicate the same. Man, we are phenomenal. Please don't ever forget that. And that is where I'm going to stop with my rant. But that's what I would love to do, is I would love to start a podcast where it just focus on your happy, your God inside, like your generator, your operator, your destroyer, like everything you need comes from you inside. And I feel so happy like all the time, all the time. Well, when I feel sad, I just think about happy thoughts, and then about my dream, about what I want in my life, about how I want to just, I know I'm going to be with my family, and I'm going to be hugging them. I'll be hugging my little sister, my little brother, my mother, you know what I mean? Me and my father are not in good terms right now, but I'm going to be hugging my family. And that's my most important thing in my life, is my family. And That's all I'm going to be focused on doing. And I'm not gonna let any sad days that I've had prior, or like pondering moments where I was like, take over my day ever. Every time I like a little sad thought comes, I just think about happiness. All the happy things I've done, and then life is just the best, most amazing thing that I can ever imagine. No matter where I am, you know? Appreciate you. You said my family is everyone. I appreciate you for saying that. It's true. We all evolve from each other. Like, like it just takes one seed to just blossom. And no matter how you blossom, you're perfect just the way you are. You are perfect just the way you are. Like, you can imagine life as like a carrot field. You can have a carrot, like the stalk of the carrot that's just like really big and really tall and really blissful, but then the like actual vegetable is very small and has different like parts to it, and it's still a carrot, still delicious, still amazing. Life is like a carrot farm. No matter how you may look on your top, all everybody like underneath, we're all like different sizes, different lengths, different structures, different widths, different power. And we're still perfect. That's all you gotta know is you're perfect, just the way you are. That's why I've been focusing on, eliminating like the judgment part of. If you eliminate the judgment of yourself, you eliminate judgment of others. To be able to see the world as perfect as you want it to be, see your world as perfect as you want it to be. I found it like maybe like a year ago or something like that, a year and a half ago or 2 years, who knows. The years are going really, 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 like, yes, more people need to start saying that. More people need to start saying how freaking amazing everyone is. So many people are focused on the difference in everything, and I know that did I ever learn about slavery? I did grow up in the American system. I came here and I learned about it. I was actually watching Amistad one time in, maybe I was a sophomore in high school or a freshman, and we were watching Amistad. And well, I could talk a lot about a lot of things. And if you want to talk about slavery and everything like that, it's an intense. You can go to the deep, 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 deep depths of it, of everything, when everyone says, well, blacks owned slaves before, blah, blah. We could talk about that, or we could talk about like slavery where owners and masters, or we could talk about modern day slavery and stuff like that. Man, you're asking me a lot of questions. What's a black person? Well, black person is the purest form of carbon. Okay, a black person and the sun make love every single day that other cultures, other people cannot. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, now this person asking me so many questions about this. If you want to have a conversation about it, we can Google. Google is also very biased. There's a lot of, when you read something, you have to really know the meaning of actual words. Okay? Like, words matter. When you say slavery, it goes deeper than just slavery as in like 200 years ago, what you learned, what most people learned about, or you can go like slavery about very, very, very deep things. When you're watching things, that's why you got to spend time knowing yourself, so that when you are watching some things that are all over the media that you're gonna learn about, you make your own conclusions, and based on the person that you are. We can talk about slavery, we can talk about all these things and stuff like that, but me, I focus on me and my family. My family is my today, yesterday, my future, my past, my everything. That's what I gravitate to. When we talk about slavery and stuff like that, that's something that's like so deep, and most people don't like to go deep. Most people do not like to actually go deeper than the ocean. Most We only know like what 5% of the ocean. Most people don't want to go deep. They'd rather go stay above the surface. But I do not want to talk anymore. You want to talk about slavery? We can talk about it, but I'm not having no conversation about it. I want to talk about happy things. Okay, I want to talk about prosperous things. Okay. If you want to write a paper on slavery, I used to write like the football boys papers in college. I learned English very well while I would just be writing people's papers. People are scared to talk to you. Oh, I'm not scared. I just would really love to. I'm not scared about anything. The only thing I was really scared about was snakes, and I got over that fear. And now I'm like, nah, I'm not scared. I don't know. Fear keeps people from living. No, we can have in-depth conversation um, about stuff, but that is not the purpose of why I am on my live wanting to crochet my top. That is not the purpose. If I have a topic one time when I say, let's talk about slavery, may we? And then also, um, oh, yes, I have a whole video. My first time when let me hustle on this because I don't want to talk. I just want to crochet and watch this video about on YouTube on this guy lying about killing his some words you can't say, but you can say murder on YouTube, but you can't say. But anyways, I my first like I used to have such a huge fear about snakes. Like I grew up in Haiti. Like I grew up with like in order for you to stop wetting the bed, they would tell you stories about the snake man would come and wrap his snake around your waist and da da da. I was huge fear about it, and we have very poisonous snakes in the islands. So I had always been scared, but I finally was like, you know what? Why am I so scared about something that is so majestic and so like it they see in like they can sense like how when your blood be pumping inside of you they can sense it. So I want to be able to control vibrations like that. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be scared of snakes anymore. So I started telling myself a story about a snake that I used to always catch the heebie jeebies from. And then I like all of a sudden I was like, I can tell the story without being like really scared. Then I started watching videos of snakes and I was like, yeah, I can do this now. And then I went and I touched a little corn snake. I had him go all over my bracelet and I was like, ooh. And he liked me. And I was like, yes. And my next goal is to hold a big boa constrictor and just hold it and just be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But listen, did you know South Korea has the longest documented history of South Korea is so tight nobody can go in there. South Korea. Nobody, nobody. But hey, it seems like you would like to talk about slavery. And I would love to honor that because at the end of the day, everything deserves to have a spotlight. I just would like to crochet. And with my podcast that I would love to start, that would be something I would love to talk about because this space that I'm in right now, I'm not most people haven't even read their constitution. Most people don't even know their Bill of Rights, but they always like, I know my rights. Do you? Most people who knows the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are people who they're trying to kick out of this country. Talking about immigrants. But I'm not in the space to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I already talked to my mom and my siblings this morning. I'm super happy about that. They're waiting to charge their phone so that they can call me back. So I'm in the space of just wanting to keep blossoming, talking about my family, talk about all the things that I want to get. You know, that's what I would love to talk about. All prosperous things. But let me crochet. And then when I do set up April 20th, set up my podcast. We can talk about it all day if you want to. Yes. Even so, you know what I mean? We will talk about it, okay? Explorer 85X. We will talk about all the topics that oh yeah, people are scared of getting hurt. Pain is another thing that stops people from growing. You know, fear and pain stops people from growing, so people don't communicate because they scared to talk about things that really are factual and stuff like that. And yeah, I've learned people like to fib, but for me I'm like, there's no point in fibbing because why am I lying to myself? Only me is gonna know that, and I'm not going to create more shelves for my brain to go back into like fear. Your brain will always protect you. That little amygdala in the back of your brain is always going to be like protecting you, and it cannot stop you from experiencing things. And I do not want to stop myself from experiencing things. But let me keep crocheting. But you, Explorer, you seem like a person that would stimulate my brain, because not a lot of people have stimulating conversations anymore. And you seem like somebody who would really the thought, oh yeah, the whole if I talk about god, just the acronym of it, I still learning how to fully talk about did I learn from YouTube about what, about how I communicate or what I know, because what I know is things that I've explored and I do a lot of uh, let me see. This year I did like a year sabbatical, and within my sabbatical I did a lot of meditation, and meditation helped me ponder and go inside my own brain and my own mind, and let me formulate my own thoughts and answer to my own self. Because a lot of people, like, we're all born with a shadow, but most people don't acknowledge their shadow. And my point in my meditation, whenever I meditate, is to build that relationship stronger with my shadow, and let my shadow know that, hey, at the end of the day, we are safe, we are good, we are always going to be great, and our point is to learn. My goal in this lifetime is to learn. I'm gonna learn however it may be, whatever it may be. Yes, I used to listen to Carl Jung a lot. I still do occasionally, but this point of my life, I call it my sine and cosine, because sine, cosine, sine, cosine. What I'm interested in, what I was interested in before, that I watched ritually or listened to ritually or even meditated and pondered ritually, because I have my calendar that I had been really interested in science. So I've been seeing a lot of like science formula. I've been like, oh my gosh, what makes this? What makes this? What makes this? Da da da. My brain, the way I be learning is just, I get curious about something, and then through my curiosity, all of the things come to me. It could be like I ponder something, and then I go out on a walk, I meet an amazing human being, and they talk about the thing I've been pondering. And a lot of people do my own, like a lot of people teach me, where it's like I ponder it, and then I have conversations, and then I get deeper meanings, and then based on what the conversation I have with other people, I like either like formulate my own, like my own comfortable belief, meaning like no matter what, like I had this conversation like this. Here's the best thing I can say. I was on a plane recently, and I met a lady. She's Catholic. I am the religious based forms of what's going on. I'm not into that. My God is me. My God operates from me. I am my generator. I am my operator, and I am my own destroyer. I do it to myself. Okay. So that's how I function in my life and stuff like that. But she's Catholic, and she was talking about her religion, and she was telling me a little bit about Easter, because they are very into that. And we got to talking and stuff like that, and she said something that was a little peculiar for me, because you could take it very different ways. And I had told her that my grandmother was a high priestess, and she's like, oh, so like voodoo, so like da da da. And she came on strong. Typically I would like turn off, and I would just be like, um this person and I are not gonna get anywhere, because our brain is, she goes this way, I go this way. But throughout my meditation and getting to know myself and figuring out more of myself, my thought went to like, I can learn something from this. And we built a relationship where she told me more about her beliefs, because I don't care what you believe in and stuff like that. I love people who are passionate about whatever it is, passionate about it and stuff. And we may disagree or whatever. I don't care too much on them disagreeing, because I'm not gonna let my brain go rah, 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 nah, my heart is light. Heart is gonna be light as a feather. I'm gonna float. I'm gonna do everything that's gonna make me feel amazing. And whatever you do has nothing to do with me, but we can definitely be human like. And she like literally was like, so she do da 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 da. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I could sit and I could educate this person about like what it is and what my culture is and how I grew up and what my grandmother did. Or I could just sit here and hear this lady out because that's what she needs. So I just sat there and I just listened to her. And then when she would say some things that I didn't agree with, I would say my way of saying it without stepping on her or harming her or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, everybody has the right to exercise their throat chakra. Everybody has the right to say whatever they want to say. And the feeling is only you hold it or whatever. But in the end, she prayed. She every time when we took off, she prayed. She prayed, and then when we landed, she prayed. And so she, yes, chakras too. That's what all my meditation. I even have an anime. I wrote an anime that is it's called Sins, and it's complex in my brain. And I like write little episodes in my brain sometimes as I walk and stuff like that. And there's just each sin, like wrath, gluttony, pride, greed, they have their own planet. Appreciate you. My lips are very dry. Oh, I have lip gloss. I have lip gloss. I could put that on. I bought this was expensive. It was $22 or something, or $26. Rihanna be taking our money. I thought she was rich. Why does she need our money? I know she didn't even sit here and made it herself too. Why worry about my lips? Because I can see them dry and I want to go get water, but I'm not gonna go downstairs and go get water. But I can feel when my lips are dry. Mm. Oh, much better. Oh, life is much better. See, instant hydration. But the lady she gave me this in the end of our conversation, and it's her Catholic band and stuff like that. And I put it around my neck. You said you look at yourself when streaming out. Hey, here's one thing. If you do not care for me, there's a beautiful thing called a blink. You can close your eyes. You can go away. You can do whatever you want because guess what? Your existence has nothing to do with where I'm going. Okay? All right? Arrogant one. All right? Says I look at myself. Duh, I look at myself. I look at myself every freaking day. And when I look at myself, I say, everything about me is just where it has to be. Okay? Uh, uh, I don't care. Your opinions about me, I don't care. Okay? I don't care. I do not care. I don't care. All right? So, anyways, she gave me this necklace. She gave me this pendant and I put it on my necklace and I saved it even though I do not associate with a brand of a religion. I do not associate with that, but I am grateful that she gave that to me because I know that it meant something very important to her. And so that was the whole thing is I watch myself grow through the conversations that I have with other people. And the most important thing that I know about having conversations with people is that everyone has the right to say what they want to say. And if you do not agree with what a person is saying, it's easy to close your eyes and go, or it's easy to walk away. And that's all I care about. I don't care about the chaos of anything. I only care about me. I only care about me. That's all I care about. And I care about passionate people because passionate people typically have a drive in them, and the drive is life and it's to live. Everybody should have the right to live. And if you have anything to say about somebody, anything, you might as well just close your eyes, take a breath, and go. Close your eyes, take a breath, and go. Because I don't care. I used to be the person that loves to fight with poison in my tongue and poison in my face. You know what I mean? and like let people know exactly how I was feeling. But now I was just like, not everybody deserves to feel any. I don't give my energy to anybody that, no. Ugh. I don't want to do that. I don't. I just literally stick to myself. I meditate. Whenever somebody says something like negative, whatever, you just gotta look at them and you say, you know what? At the end of the day, your experience and how you want to live your life is your experience. I was just talking to my little brother. My little brother and my little sister got in a little fight about the phone and stuff like that. They wanted to use the phone and stuff, and I had to tell my little brother like, do like the best way I can say it is when you choose to throw your energy at somebody else and expect them to react the way you want them to, you're just wasting energy. You're just hurting yourself because you're the only one who's going to remember that experience. I choose to have experiences where I'd rather tell a person that you're amazing, you're grow, you're fabulous, than like telling them anything beyond that, because anything beyond telling a person how they can grow, or not how they can grow, about just feeling their heart and stuff, is just you needing to work on yourself on something else. Like, I will look at some people that do some behaviors and I'm just like, man, may they find light, or may whatever they need to do, because at the end of the day, their association and how they want to live their life has nothing to do with me. So if you're going to say anything about how I am, you think I should do, if I look at myself a lot, I say, close your eyes, turn around, because I usually would say there are places you can be, underground, but I don't. I don't anymore, because I don't. There's no point in hurting somebody or trying to to push somebody down so that you can fill up. There's no point in that. There's no point in that. There's no point in putting somebody down or saying something, because you are not part of their life. Okay? You will never be part of their life. And if you feel that you must tell somebody something about their life, may you turn back in the mirror and look at yours. Yours must be as phenomenal for you to be living your way you want to tell somebody about how they should live their life. You know what I mean? And then that energy, back to my crocheting, and I will be watching my little video. And that's just how it's going to be. I do not, will not, cannot engage in energy with anybody else, because I make my own energy. I make my own energy. I fill my own tank. You know what I mean? So I don't spend my time with people who have not learned how to fill their own energy tank, because it's pointless. You know what I mean? And back to my show.
Fine. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Right up until he wasn't. We'll soon collide head on with what the medical examiner found. About 9 months before this interrogation, though, Andrew agreed to walk detectives through exactly what happened. This is what he showed them.
So, obviously, I was playing 2K. I don't have to put that on, right? Like, it could just make it seem okay. Yeah. So I'm playing 2K. He eats. He's perfectly fine. I obviously check on him back and forth as I'm playing. Yeah. And then it was different this time because he didn't vomit or something. Like normally he was vomiting from the last couple months, and now he stopped the vomiting process. So he was still burping, but he wasn't vomiting, and all of it was coming out of him onto his Pampers and onto his body like that. So. And so that's been more of a change. It's been more of a change over time, but it was a good change. It wasn't a bad change. Gotcha. It went from bad to good. So I picked him up, make sure everything was okay. I burped him like this. Mm-hmm. He burped perfectly fine. Everything was good. I decided to wrap him up, swallow him up. Mm-hmm. So I picked him up. He was good. He looked like he was falling asleep over here, which is why I made the decision to put him in his room. Okay. I don't normally keep him out here. It's not a comfortable position. Yeah. Took him over here, which is where he normally has his pillow, which is out there. Yeah. So he has that pillow. You have him swallow. His pillow. He has swallow. He swallowed. He was up in a position kind of like this. Okay. Which is when I laid down. Gotcha. Straight up.
perfect, had his binky, he was okay. Mm-hmm. Went outside, I continued to play my Xbox. Mm-hmm. When I came back in the room to check on him,
why would you leave your baby? Why wouldn't you take your baby with you to the Xbox?
Mm-hmm. Still swaddled up, and he was doing the gasping thing. Okay. Now you had heard that from the living room? No, I just came in to check on him. I was just making sure he was okay. Okay. So when I came in here, I heard him doing the gasping. I picked him up. After I picked him up, I unwrapped him. Mm-hmm. I started beating on his back to make sure he wasn't choking on anything. Yeah. And he was on this side of my shoulder, so I was like this. Mm-hmm. I faced him to me, which is when I saw him turning purple and blue, not breathing. Mm-hmm. I called Sarah. I had my phone on me. I came out of his room because there's obviously not space in here. I brought him out to the living room. She told me to lay him down on a flat surface, so I brought him right here in the middle. Mm-hmm. She told me to put one hand under his neck, kind of like this. Yep. So I had him like this, kind of levitated with his head tilted back. Right. 2 fingers just in the middle of his cervix, I believe is what it was called. And it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and just until his chest rised. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't immediately, 1, 2, 3, 4. I did that. It was the 1, 2, 3, 4, kind of like 5 or 6 times. And then she told me, do the 2 breaths just until his chest rises. Okay. Which is when the deputy came. Mm-hmm. I had to leave him here because my door was locked. Mm-hmm. So I left him here. I got up. I ran to the door. I locked the door. The deputy came in running behind me, I believe, with an EKG. Mm-hmm. I ran next to him on this side. Now I'm on this side. He's over here. I'm continuing to do the CPR as I was instructed. So as soon as he ran in the door, I let her know, and that's when we stopped contact, and he picked him up and ran out the door with him.
The lack of any real sorrow is pretty striking. He's describing the event like he's reporting what happened in a video game, or like he's narrating a true crime documentary.
So some of the things that we do need to try and figure out and go over too, because what ended up happening on the backside of things, the stuff we're waiting on. So there was obviously the autopsy. Correct. There was a skeletal exam, which had occurred after the autopsy, and we were waiting on toxicology for a while, and then there was another medical exam done by a neurologist, I believe. So we've gone through quite the battery of tests and examinations and things. So there's still some unanswered questions based on what we observed ourselves, not just medical documents, because I attended the autopsy. He attended the skeletal exam. So I mean, this is stuff that's just not going back to paperwork. It's something I physically observed myself, which wasn't a pleasant experience. So some of the things that were noticed were different stages of healing of fractures on his ribs. So this was would have been early on, like early, mm-hmm. all the way to he passed away.
So
I don't know how to explain this.
Yeah, because I'd like an explanation as to that, because like I told you, when you guys first saw me that day there, never once in my life will I ever put my hands on my kids and I grab your gun and shoot them in the head, right? And I proved that, all right? But my father, on the other hand, beat me as a child. And that is the exact reason I told myself and promised myself and that woman sitting in that house, you never do anything that
I will never beat my kids because my father whooped me. If that's the thing you have to think about, maybe not have no babies. If that's the only reason why I won't beat my kids, my children.
From essentially the start, from when he was born. Yeah, not from birth though. Because
everybody sometimes is so quick to just go rah 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 when they're not getting their way.
Would be blood on his brain.
Blood in his brain.
Blood on his brain, and that would be from a traumatic event near the time of his death.
Like anything traumatic?
What do you mean?
Like me yelling at the dog.
This would be a physical traumatic event. There was also linear bruising on his buttocks. Could be be in the shape of a hand and fingers. And there's also bruising on the scrotum.
The baby was 3 months old. Why does it have any hand bruises in its buttocks?
Recent.
Too
Because
young.
if this would have occurred at your parents' house, it would have been noticed. Okay, so one, you would have noticed it. Correct. She would have noticed it. The doctor would have noticed it.
If there's anything on his butt, that possibly could have been me, maybe, from when I was tapping him and shit, but not to the extent that I would leave a handprint on him. At least I don't believe I was hitting him that hard. Was there anything on his back from where I was hitting him? Okay.
So this would be more of an isolated thing. It wouldn't be post-mortem, which is post-death. This would have been before that.
According to a later reenactment, this is what Andrew said happened.
The door, I look at him after the 15 minutes of just checking on him like I told you, and I hear him gasping, so I freak out. I open this like this because I think at first it was probably constraining him. He's still doing it. I pick him up, take his blanket off. Obviously, I threw it over there, and I was freaking out. He's gasping. I put him on my shoulder. I start tapping him like this. He's still gasping, and then he just stops gasping. And I pick him up like this, and he looks limp, which is when I called you guys. That's it.
But it turns out that's not at all what happened. Next door to Andrew, Michelle is talking to detectives, and the story she's telling them is about to make his look a whole lot worse.
And like he said in the reenactment, Andrew shows him patting Zayden on his back. Right, the linear bruising that's on his buttocks area. Okay, it's a totally different area. All right, and when he also describes it as linear, okay, just like your fingers, how these lines run here, that's how the lines, technically, the bruising were. So, and I understand immediately you're like, no, I've been with him every day from the moment he was born to the day I went back to school. But
it's like, what if the doctor would notice something, his breathing wrong? If the rib's broken, he would know that.
Right, and that's probably along the lines of why he wasn't eating with you guys. Is because he was in pain. So when he goes to the doctor's office, if he's not eating and he's not, doing this, they're not going to be doing x-rays to look for.
Could a rib be from a dog?
What's that?
A dog. Could a dog do that?
No.
Or he's like jumping by accident on him?
No, it wouldn't be a dog.
Okay. I don't think so.
All right. I just have one more to do. One more row of green.
Make sure there was like a rash on his butt.
It was not a rash. Rashes don't go through the skin, through the fat, into the muscle.
Wait.
Were there any times that you ever knew Andrew to be upset or overwhelmed during the first 3 months?
It's gonna go bigger.
And bear in mind, I know you guys were, because we talked to the family and we know that you guys sent some messages and communicated about giving Zayden up to some of his family members that he'd stayed with when you guys were down south.
Yeah, for birthday, it's hard to figure out how do you do it,
Was there ever a point in time where it seemed like it was getting to a breaking point?
Like what?
Not like anger.
Like, were we angry at him?
Or Andrew?
No. We yelled at him for, being crying a lot. I don't understand why.
So, and the whole reason why this is, almost 8-9 months later, is, we have talked to doctors that specifically look at children and their bones, their skeletal system. Okay, we've had them look at the x-rays, we've had them look at the actual body. We've had the medical examiner review everything as a whole. We've sent off individual pieces of it to be looked at and to be, examined thoroughly to see what this is. And none of this is going to be like, a simple holding or a simple patting, unfortunately.
I'm fine.
Okay, yeah. So here's the thing. With the way this is ruled and looked at and been examined and been taken apart piece by piece, like the whole case.
My last videos got striked for copyright because I was watching like Real Housewives of like Beverly Hills, and I thought I could.
He should have.
I would be watching it, and then I wasn't showing it, but because I could hear the sound of it, it got striked it. So I was like, oh my gosh, I can't even watch my little Air TV, Airbrain type TV with crocheting while streaming.
This is a case that's not
while going live.
We owe it to you. We owe it to
Sucks,
you.
but whatever.
There was something that immediately made you think of an instance where Andrew is holding him like this. Can you tell us more about that? I know you didn't think you saw a squeeze, but what made you think of that particular situation?
You said earlier that Andrew was getting a little upset because the baby would stop crying, and he screamed at him. Any of those times, did he pick him up? Does that mean he's holding him and he's screaming at him?
We were there. I mean, we saw the holes in the wall. I mean, we know that he can get a little frustrated.
Has there been a time where you've seen him grab him and pick him up and yell at him, where he was angry? Have you done that? I'm being honest, I gotta ask you.
I mean, it was holding, but I didn't see like that.
Just Andrew holding him up like that?
She just gave birth to that baby and...
When was that?
Obviously a while ago, but...
In relation to him passing away, was that?
Like weeks. Just like weeks before.
Okay. And that would explain the prior healing. Would that have been up in Citrus County, or would that have been down in while you guys were visiting?
Here.
Okay. So, like, those are the type of instances that we're trying to figure out and that we're trying to determine, because obviously, you know, our timeline does go back to when he was first born. You know, it wasn't that long of a life, unfortunately.
So, what happened with the breathing? What was up with that?
He succumbed to his injuries.
I don't understand.
So, the amount of trauma that was inflicted from whatever happened, okay, eventually his body just, it can't go on any further. Like, the trauma to the head, the brain swells, there's blood, and eventually his body shuts down.
The only thing I think about the head is when he was like swimming in his crib, and when I went over to check on him, his head was like pressed against the crib thing, and it was dead next time. So I know they're very soft there.
Right. Yeah, but that wouldn't cause, with the cup leaning up against the crib, it wouldn't cause the injuries that he actually physically had. And that's why
From the brain.
right.
The pressure, it wouldn't.
That's why Detective asked you earlier, like, it's really important when you left for work that day, like, Zayden, how was he responsive was? Was he his normal self? Did he seem different? Was he giggling? Was he crying?
And he didn't giggle yet, but he smiled once.
So he was waking up, and he did smile.
Yeah, he was alive. He was
there.
The picture Michelle has painted is not a good look for Andrew. Back in Andrew's room, he continues to deny. But the walls are closing in from both sides now.
I don't want to believe that I hurt his ribs, genuinely, like from the way I grabbed him or anything. And I don't believe I did grab him rough at all, or from whatever happened in that morning from when I grabbed him, if I did anything wrong to him, because I don't remember.
Okay, so I have it like this.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna have to steam block it because the way it's looking, it's like boom, like that is.
Or if I set him down on the floor too hard, or if I grabbed him too hard, those are the only things that I can possibly think of that would do
and
those
then
things.
I am going to
It would be
make the bottom bar for it, so I can
say.
attach it.
Yeah.
And the bottom bar is gonna be all green.
It's something that would have been seen.
And I'm gonna put white on.
So it's not from CPR.
But the way I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna use my this hook.
Because if it was from something like that, that would have been, you know, more widespread bruising, similar to the buttocks. And we know that, you know, you don't burp on the and I mean, we saw the, you know, in the reenactment how you would or when, you know, after the fact that you noticed he was not doing well.
Yeah, I don't have that much blood left, so I gotta.
Just in case he was choked. So it's obviously not from that. So then, like,
I'm
we're
gonna
trying to figure out.
Because then I can make it stripe and then end it with the white.
Our time
so I should make it 7, because I have 13, and then
2-3 hour window then.
7.
What possibly could explain those injuries?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me see.
Because like I said, we're present for all these different things. It's not, and I know when we first spoke, you know, you know, sometimes there's SIDS or something of that nature, but that's not the case. There is a known cause and manner of death, and that was listed as some kind of force trauma, which does not make any sense.
And then just to...
Wait, let me say something real fast, okay? I don't want you to think that we brought you, Michelle, here to point the finger at either of you and say,
I mean, my whole family's doing it, so
just
listen. I'm obviously about to get an attorney.
Okay, just listen to me.
Because I'm not liking it. I'm feeling attacked. The same day I was feeling attacked the day you guys came. I couldn't see my son in the ambulance because you guys wanted to question me. You questioned me. I gave you your answers that you wanted and you needed. Because I'm trying to help you understand what happened to my son. Because I want to understand what happened to my son. She needs to understand what happened to my son because she needs to stop stressing out.
Okay, then all I can ask you to do is sit here.
She needs to stop stressing out. Your son has passed away, sir.
I'm not attacking you. I'm going to tell you the utmost truth of what I had and what he has. And explain that there's only technically 1 or 2 things that could happen. Okay? Now, when I spoke to you in the car, the ambulance was not there. I didn't keep you from being in an ambulance. Okay, they wouldn't allow you in the operating room where he was at. They wouldn't allow that. Alright? And I explained that to you there.
Just don't understand.
Okay, now I'm gonna use mine.
He's not listening, though. He's been telling the same story for 9 months, and he's not about to let a medical examiner's report change it. Every answer is carefully wrapped in a qualifier. The problem is, the injuries don't have qualifiers. And then, slowly, under the weight of what he's being told, Andrew's story starts to change.
I don't genuinely recall anything happening.
This is how I hide my little tail.
I just
tuck it in.
I don't know.
Then you don't have to worry about anything. Like if you need to.
I mean, like
weave in your ends or anything like that. Nothing. I'm a simple crocheter. I'm not doing all of that.
We didn't even fight that morning.
I don't like to hear anything hang, so I just tuck it in. And
to start out on the morning, yeah. So.
And was it because you guys just didn't communicate that much that morning? Did y'all just wake up both in good?
It was honestly, it was just a wake up.
I need to be at least like 27
what she was doing was just leaving, going for her work for the day. I said goodbye, I love you. She said I love you. I asked her how Zayden was doing. She said he was doing okay. He was laying down, and I went back to lay down. And then when I woke up, that's when I fed him. So I genuinely don't recall or remember she did anything or I did anything. Picking him up out of the crib and he hit his head on the
down hooks because I have a smaller hook and then I have a bigger hook.
That we would have intentionally done more.
Voila! Exactly like you're saying. No tail. See? See? Whoop, whoop, whoop.
That's quite scary, you know, and I know my son is fragile. I saw it from when he was born. My son was very fragile. Mm-hmm. So I genuinely don't recall anything happening that could have caused any of that to happen.
Understand that they can be fragile, but their bones do not break easily.
Correct.
Okay? I want you to know that.
I understand.
Okay. In the area where Zayden's ribs are broken, or where they had been broken and were healing, okay? It's a common injury that we see in children who have parents who get frustrated. At times, honestly, we come across this a lot. Kids crying, you're either sleeping, you're you know, asleep, you're cooking dinner, you're tending to the dogs, you're trying to have some alone time with your wife, whatever. and he won't stop crying, and they go in there and they grab the kid and pick him up real fast, or they just grab him and they just squeeze too hard. Because see my fingers? That's like when you grab a hold of the child, that's like where you would hold them, right? And that's where the fingers are, where their ribs are. Alright, and then in front of your thumbs. So there's a possibility that those injuries on my son are from me, from grabbing him too hard, if we did have a fight. Because we did have problems, obviously, when he was born. I did pick up Zayden a little too rough sometimes. Obviously, not on that day.
A brand new baby.
So he said I was frustrated and stuff, but it was never intentionally to hurt him or anything. It was just out of anger. And, I did.
You can hear his voice shaking. When a person's voice is shaking while they're telling a story, when they're not crying, sometimes a lot of the time means that they are not telling the truth.
Rough sometimes, and I was rough around him. Like I was screaming around him a lot, and she told me to stop doing that because that's also a traumatic thing. And I really should have listened, and I didn't. Like the holes in our house are from my anger.
Man!
We're quickly getting a
He
picture
puts
of
holes
an
in his house because he's angry.
angrier Andrew.
Somebody should just
One
grow barbed
punches
wire on
holes
that
in the
house.
wall and
Maybe
yells.
his knuckles will
So
feel
why
the
would it
pain.
be so hard to believe he would squeeze his kid too hard? It still doesn't explain the blood on the brain, though.
Andrew, understand, we don't think you're a bad guy, Andrew. We're just trying to... I love my son. Andrew, I would never question that. I would never question that. I want him back. I want him back, dude. Man, one thing I knew from day one, when we were in... It's alright. So hard. One thing I knew from day one is that you love that child. I knew that 100% talking to you. And we owe it to you. We owe it to Michelle. We owe it to Zayden. To just figure out these little things. Like we said, we do not doubt at all. It's okay, man. Oh, God. Andrew, I know you would never do anything to intentionally hurt him. I know you love him. What happened?
I thought this was going to be a little bit juicier. Not that juicy. I'm going to go to 2026 confessions and see what happens so far.
It possibly could have been me. Like that's the only thing I can think about. When you're telling me that there was new fresh ones.
I'm going to have to attach some white, and then that's just going to be the diversity of the top. This is going to be my green fit, my envy fit. But it is going to be very disproportionate. Yeah? It's not going to be matchy-matchy.
So his head
but it's definitely going to look cute.
His skull wasn't crushed. His skull wasn't deformed. It wasn't. He didn't hit his head on something hard. Now, when we said there's blunt force trauma, that means a wide variety of things. It's not like in CSI where it was the candlestick in the kitchen or something. So, but what could have happened is if there's that level of frustration and he was put down too hard, even on a soft surface. I was going to say, could it be from being picked up as well? If I picked him up too hard?
How do you pick up?
Did something happen before you put him down?
You must be squeezing.
No, overfeeding? No, I just put him down. I remember putting him down perfectly fine. But
I started making my own. I haven't started making my own tofu. I started cooking tofu, and now I'm going to start making my own tofu. Oh, I love it. It's so delicious.
In that moment, I kind of did feel like I did something wrong, but he was perfectly fine.
I have more food.
Because when I picked him up, it picked him up, and his neck was like that. It did a jolt back, and I caught it with my hand, and he seemed fine. That's why I didn't mention it.
Handling your 3-month-old like a sack of potatoes isn't a good look. Not mentioning it to a single person for 9 months is a worse one.
I picked him up too hard. I jolted him. And I squeezed too hard. Andrew, when you went in there to feed him, were you frustrated?
I don't think so. Was this before you were playing video games? Yeah. And I was just woken up and I went to go take care of him. I mean, this was, I'm not a father, okay? But I already know what's gonna happen. My first day as me and him or one-on-one, that is gonna be a frightening day for me.
It's gonna be a frightening day for me to be a father. Then don't have sex. Don't do the things that's gonna create a baby. If you think if fatherhood is gonna be so scary for you, don't have sex. It's as simple as that. Then you won't have a baby. There's no chance you'll have a baby if you don't have sex. If you don't let any of your fluids out of your body. Because you know, some women be thieving. Some women be thieving. Some women be tricking men and making men have babies. That's why you gotta control your urges, because there are succubus women out there that's gonna put you into the room. Because once you have a baby with a woman, with a person, you can't. It's not like you can't take an eraser. Some women be out there like, I need to have a baby, and they be poking holes and making you do things just because you're in a moment of sweet lust. No.
That one life.
Especially now, of all the STDs that are, STDs have been going crazy, but like everybody's touching each other, throwing their fluids on each other. Man, oh man, oh man. Babies are coming into this world from people who flung their fluids towards each other. And everybody's talking about love. Everybody's still getting married. Ooh. Divorce is so high. Why? Man. Lust is taking over the planet. People, warlocks and succubuses be having babies, and then their babies come out like with less chromosomes. The environment has to be perfect. The environment has to be perfect for life to take form. And sometimes, man, mutations happen. Mutations still happen, you know what I mean? Hey, mister. Yeah. Marriage is not marriage is not an old concept. Marriage is not that as old as most people like to say it. I have my own opinions of marriage, but I would love to say it for when I have my podcast, because then I can write down topics that I do want to cover and talk about, because I love to talk about a lot of things, a lot of stimulating things I like to ponder about and stuff like that. But I have my own views on certain things based on facts. Like most people don't know, like in the 50s, like some people couldn't even go to a bridal shop because they were seen as unpure. And a lot of people like to say, like, marriage is such a blah, blah, blah. No. Marriage is a very young concept. Marriage is there to keep people from their own selves. I'm so lonely. Let's get together. For what? For what?
No. I gave him his binky.
But yeah, I'll be able to write down topics. I'm going to set it up a lot. I'm going to work on setting it up because I would love to have it open on the 20th.
And now, Andrew is about to find out exactly what 8 months of fractured stories and convenient memory lapses have caused him.
So, with the circumstances and things that have unfolded, and how the medical examiner ruled everything, okay? His death is listed as cause blunt force trauma in a manner as homicide. Okay? So what that means is there was an act that took place by another person that led to his death. Okay. So what's going to happen next? You're going to be arrested for manslaughter.
Whoosh!
This is
Imagine that.
you intended for this to
Whoosh!
happen. Okay. Okay. This is something. This is the beginning, it's not the end. Please get her.
This is the
Please get her so she knows what's going on. Please get her. I will. Okay. So this is what's taking place. This isn't the end, this is the beginning.
He said, okay. This isn't the end. This is the beginning of your career in jail or prison. Why? No messy, no messy. Now let me Google 2026 interrogations.
Santa for me.
Hmm. 2026 interrogation and crime. A lover's betrayal. Interrogation raw 2026. A lover's betrayal crime. True crime document. There's that, but then there's the Bond of Brothers. Ooh, man, I could watch that. Both are 2 hours long. The most disturbing interrogation you'll ever see. 7 months ago, 3 months ago, 3 months ago. Aww. A husband and a hitman.
Martin pleaded no contest to aggravated manslaughter.
Until murder do us part. Wow.
The judge he didn't believe he caused his son's death. The judge
Murder in Myrtle Beach. That's in Oregon. That's in the coast.
He deserved so much more.
I've driven through there.
Go out to his family, all who knew
I'm gonna play it.
And all who loved him.
Bam. 2 months ago. And if it gets boring, I'm gonna change it. But there's also the testimony with the alleged the wife, the husband who tried to
mailbox. And I was afraid.
Myrtle Beach is in Oregon. There's a Myrtle Beach in Oregon.
Everybody was scared. I mean, this actually
and let me
frightened
check,
everybody.
because you stay commenting on my stuff. Let me check. I feel like you staying on here to find things that, like, she says something, let me get out of it. But hey, no problem. Let me Google Myrtle Beach. And if it pops up, what are you going to do? Huh? Your boss, hey. I salute you, no? I salute you, okay?
The door to the mailbox was open.
Beach. Oh my gosh.
Found blood and a pair of glasses.
Okay.
Someone
There's
had
a
been
Myrtle
drugged through
Point
this pool of blood.
and Myrtle Creek.
One of the team members saw something that caught his eye in the woodline.
South Carolina. I salute you.
And when
You're
we
correct.
illuminated that
I
area
thought
with
Myrtle
light,
Beach.
it was a dead body.
There's no Myrtle Beach. There's just Myrtle Point.
There was a wound on the back of his head that was bleeding, and there was a shoelace that had been tied around his neck.
I salute you. You're correct. It's only Myrtle Point and Myrtle Creek in Oregon City. You're correct.
We've gone from a missing person.
I'm always correct,
to
and
a
if
homicide.
I'm wrong, hey, I love that. I'm always correct. Hey, now I know, but I don't really want to watch something from South Carolina. South Carolina. I don't want to watch that. I thought it was gonna be in Oregon, and then I'd be like, super close, super close.
911.
I'm gonna watch the Lovers Betrayal.
My name is Ken Escobar.
Right.
I need to come up, please, here right away. We found a dead body in our freezer.
You know what?
Okay, sir. Take a deep breath.
Explorer, I feel like you're going to teach me a lot of things. And that is the best treasure I can always treasure in this world. Like, learning from other people is what I love, because then I get to see the depth of a person and where their fear lies, conversation. Because some people fear away from some conversations based on they don't want to talk about it. They like some fear about like how much they know about it. But me, I'm like, if I know 0% of it, fill my tank. Tell me. Now I know Myrtle Beach is in South Carolina.
Graves was last seen by her family around February of 2017, but the missing persons report wasn't filed until June.
South Carolina.
Shannon Graves' sister
And then the man was
reported
like,
that
where am I?
Shannon
And he's like,
had a history of
you're in South
not making
Carolina,
contact with her family for short periods of time, but when it reached the 4-month mark, it seemed extreme even for what they were used to.
She missed holidays with the family.
No.
She missed her sister's birthday. Shannon's
no.
sister.
I don't
and
like
her
watching
little
these
brother.
like this. I like fast forwarding to where the interrogation is.
The
Oh,
no!
For anything that might have been missed, the words cold tightening of a narrative that refused to unravel.
No.
This was not a case built
No,
on
no,
one
no.
dramatic moment. It was built.
No. Just no. There is the killer girlfriend thinks she can manipulate cops. She can't. That was 8 days ago, but I don't know what year that was. I want to see things that are. Wife doesn't know she's a killer. 2 days ago. Yeah. Did you know? Let me see. Did you know it's illegal to walk a dog in Iran or transport a dog? Oh, man, how do I? Oh, there we go. There I can see it because the comments go away. Or transport a dog in a car. I didn't know. I don't know too much about Iran that much. I don't know too much about it. All I know is that this is not about Iran, but when I went to Italy, they love their dogs because every park that I passed through smelled like piss. I didn't know that. I'm not a huge fan of pets, but I do love wild animals. I would rather go to see an animal outside doing its thing rather than see an animal captured inside, We've domesticated a lot of animals. That's very sad to think about because a lot of animals that are, let me see, more education. Did you know Senegal arrested 50 plus gay men and then the president just changed the law to imprison him for 10 years in March? I knew that some in Africa, they're doing a lot of like arresting and like a lot of what was it called? A lot of like they say, like gay marriage is not a thing or not gonna be a thing in our country and stuff like that. I've been seeing little tiny clips and stuff, but when I see clips like this, sometimes I like brush them off because that has nothing to do with the evolution of humanity. I don't like. It's not that I don't care. It's just that I don't. Well, it is that I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about laws that humans make to prohibit like growth of other humans or something like that because most people are not. This is the last one I'm gonna read from you, okay? You got a lot. You got a lot that you can talk about. Did you know in Saudi Arabia women only got the privilege to drive a car less than 10 years ago? Well, there's a lot of things that women aren't meant to do in the eyes of some men, but they can definitely open their legs and pop babies out, you know what I mean? And sometimes they pop it out, but I appreciate it. As long as I don't know if I can go back to the video after it's done to check to see the comments. I don't know if I can do that, like, or not, because sometimes most of the time when I do my little lives and stuff, mostly to hold myself accountable because I said I would do it, and also then I can promote my stuff a lot. I can promote my crocheting a lot more, and I can see myself a lot more. But oh yeah, and I also learned that Bob Marley's father is very, very, very Caucasian. And there's a lot of, when American troops would go to the islands, do a lot of, you know, things to Yeah. And also, did you know that in 2011, there's a lot of hidden things about, like, you know, a lot of U.S. soldiers going down to my country, impregnating. Oh, you said you're not educated. You spelled the wrong your. If you're gonna tell me if I'm not educated, and also put a period after you finish a sentence. Okay. Put an apostrophe after the R and E. Okay. If you're going to say something to me, please write it correctly. All right. I'm not educated. You don't know how to spell. You know, some people are so have nothing going on with their lives. They must come onto your life and tell you what you are and you are not. It, you don't tell me who I am and who I'm not. Okay? Understand this now. Understand this now. You do not tell me who I am and who I'm not. And the moment you ponder that, please close your eyes and turn around and go. I will give you nothing. Eh? I will give you nothing. Alright? I will still spell incorrect from now on. Good job. May your brain capture and hold that information and pull it out every time. And then when you open your mouth, it's gonna come out the same. Man, just some people, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm gonna be watching my wife that doesn't realize that the police know that she killed somebody.
Officers have just walked up to the home of 51-year-old Marcia Allen and her husband, Harold Allen. 10 months ago, Harold passed away under mysterious circumstances.
So basic.
But something
if you
about
are
what
so
happened to him
concerned
is
on
about
other
to turn
people's
Marcia
life, go
from a
outside,
grieving
go see the
wife
sun.
to a potential
Okay?
murderer.
Stop calling information you just Google. Now, when you're going to tell me, did you know this? Did you know this? Did you know? Go to the country. Go to the countries there and show me it. Okay? That's what I like. I like people who have facts on things that they actually have gone through and experienced it, not just blah. I can spit out things. You don't know everything. You do not know everything. And if you did, you surely would not be on my thing talking about you're not educated. Man.
What this woman has done.
Her husband passed away because she needed that life insurance money.
Talk to your mother. Go tell your mother what she is and what she's not, okay? I am not your mother. I don't care about what you think about what you're not educated. Man, I beg you. I beg. People just Google things and say, did you know, did you know, did you know, did you know? Like what are you? A thesaurus? What are you? A dictionary? Eh?
It's the early morning hours of September 19th, 2023, in the small town of Freetown, Indiana, and 52-year-old Marcia Allen calls police to report a burglary at her home.
Mons can't even spell. Mons can't even put a period after a sentence. Mons is angry that he got caught. He can't spell the wrong "your" and then Mons tries to protect himself by spelling it incorrect to seem as if education is something they got. Mons is not that. Mons.
It's not the only reason that recently widowed Marcia has to suspect Ashley's involvement. Because only one other person in the
Write a
world
book
other than
since you
her
know so
knows
much
the
about
combination
all
to
the
safe,
things. Like do a
and that's
little book like
Ashley
I
herself.
Spy, okay? And now I'm done reading your comments, so.
Stephen White's tracked down at a rural property
I've lost
later
interest
that day,
in what you say
and
now.
what he says turns a simple robbery
You know,
case
I used
into a
to
possible
write
conspiracy to murder
papers
Marcia's
for
husband.
people in
A
school.
conspiracy
Like
that
do
just
editing.
months prior
I lose interest when
seems to
somebody
have
can't
succeeded.
spell.
Where can we
I
talk
do.
to you guys privately for a minute? Well,
At least go back and put a star and spell your things
any idea why
correctly.
we're here today? Well,
Yeah.
they said that y'all got me on camera last night burglarizing the place. Okay. So you and my husband. If that's the case, you know anything about it? No.
Well, that settles that. But not really, because Stephen's face was clearly seen on video. And when he's confronted with the evidence,
it's at 10%.
There's a picture.
he has a very different story to tell.
Take another cigarette. I'll explain the whole thing.
Man.
Because
I'm probably gonna have to get off live on my computer. I'm not mad. I don't get mad. I do not get mad. That's not. Your existence has nothing to do with me.
Of unknown causes in December.
You clearly are. It is. What is it?
Husband passed away.
In some time zone right now it is
That life
3:10. In
insurance
some
money.
time zone right
Best friends
now
with her daughter.
it is what, noon?
What's the daughter's name?
Noon 10.
Ashley Jones. Because she don't live here.
Ain't
She
nobody
lives
got time
Mexico somewhere right
to
now.
be mad at you. I don't even know you.
She
But
told
I
my
am
mom
going
she
to
was
tell
not
you what you will and
satisfied.
will not do today. You will not tell me who I am.
She could help her
That's
take
one
care
thing
of
you
her
will do.
husband, and now she has a little
And you will
baby
not
that's
try to
next.
tell me who I am
And
and not spell the right your. It's basic.
She's with a Puerto
That's
Rican
the things
woman.
that we need to learn.
And
You try to
Marsha was going
protect
on and
yourself.
on about
I'm
she
not
got
mad. I'm
these
telling you
things.
what you tried to do.
She just need to come home and
You
live
know?
with me and trust me. After Christmas, I'll have enough money to take care of us all for the rest of our lives. That's how she is. So, she told me, and I
You
already
clearly want to have a conversation with me. You can talk. I do not mind.
You can go to my house.
But I'm done having a conversation with somebody who says you're not educated. Come on now. How can you write education with spelling incorrectly and not putting period, huh? And you got an F. An F.
And take all
You
those
tried.
guns and everything. I said, Marsha, I'm a felon. I cannot have guns.
The pesky fact he's a felon didn't sway Stephen from carrying out the crime. But what he claims really happened to Marsha's husband catches cops' attention far more than the burglary. Just 10 months prior, in December 2022, Marsha's 911 call described what happened when she found the body of 52-year-old Harold Peanut Allen, along with a revealing reluctance to perform CPR.
I worked from home and I went back there to check on him because he had been sick. And then when I went right there, he was just laying on the floor like he was trying to get up to the bathroom or something. And he's not breathing.
Okay. Do you want to start CPR if I help you?
Stephen claims not to have any evidence of this alleged plot to murder Harold, and doesn't think Marsha does either.
And you don't have any text messages? No, because I deleted the messages.
Would she have the text messages on her phone? Possibly.
But when detectives knock on her door with a search warrant a month later, they soon find he's dead wrong. Because Marsha doesn't only have texts proving her involvement in Harold's death, but daughter Ashley's as well.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Nicholson with the Sheriff's Department. We're here today because we got a search warrant for your house, okay, to go through some stuff.
My point in my life, I don't
like
debate with people and go back over things that I don't care about. My ultimate goal in my life is me and my family.
Has been given
Anything
to
you say outside of that,
which sworn testimony establishes significant probable
comments,
cause
but I will not
for the
debate
issuance
you.
of a search
I will not
warrant
go
as
back and forth with you. That's not.
And therein search
I will never do
for
that.
and seize
That's
evidence
not what I want to
of
do
the
in my
crime
life.
of
That's
murder.
not how I want to close my eyes and see the rest
car
of my
insurance
life.
app built to make life simpler.
What I'll
We're
say
the
is
one-stop shop car
somebody
insurance
tried
app
to
for 5 million
somebody
customers.
tried to tell me I'm not educated by spelling the wrong your.
Best rate and coverage. Choose what's right for you, and we'll handle switching your
Since
policy.
you know so much,
With Jerry, there's
go
no
do a
spam
spelling
calls, no
bee.
hidden fees, no sales pressure. Got a question? Our 24/7 agent support will take care of it. And Jerry doesn't stop there. When you purchase a policy through Jerry, we'll even monitor your renewal rates for when you...
Including, not limited to, any electronic device.
Marsha denies any involvement in Harold's death and consents to having her texts downloaded into evidence. And it's there that police find a treasure trove of proof linking both her and Ashley to Harold's death, including no less than 2 failed attempts before their ultimate success just before Christmas. So as Marsha's taken in to be interviewed, detectives have a few questions about the purchases she's made online in the days leading to her husband's death. But little do they know the star witness sitting before them would soon be dead herself.
So it was ordered through a place that was called Kim Boys LLC.
But I want to finish it because
Some company that Glycol was ordered from. It says the order source was Peach Pay, so it was paid through Peach Pay. Do you have a Peach Pay account or anything?
I know what Peach Pay is.
Okay.
Marsha.
Peach Pay.
I'm assuming it's something like PayPal, something to that effect. You
Like
know,
an Apple Pay.
Venmo, something like that. I'd never actually heard of it before, so.
I haven't either.
Says it was for $31.99, and says December 13th, 2022 at 12:09 p.m.
I don't even know what it is.
And then here it shows paid on December 13th.
I like cases that are much
2022.
newer, like in 2020 to like 2025, 26.
I still don't know what that is.
What's that? We can
It's
point
not
that.
Glycol.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay. Yeah. But you see what I'm talking about, where it says it's billing to Lynn Allen, and that's your address, right? It says shipping Lynn Allen and your address again.
Marcia can roll her eyes all she wants, but the online purchase of ethylene glycol, the toxic compound found in antifreeze, raises serious questions about what really happened to Harold. Alone, this wouldn't mean much, but investigators have the texts that turn evidence into ingredients in a recipe for the perfect. And if you love watching killers like Marcia get caught in their own lies, subscribe. That's literally all we show here.
It says ethylene glycol, highly pure EG, ×1, shipped via UPS on December 14th, 2022. The tracking number, it's got a tracking number on it. Order has been exported to ship station. Order status changed from pending payment to processing. So, all right. And we have you in here. There's your water. If you need to use the restroom, let us know. You're not under arrest. You've been read your rights. You still understand all your rights, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did Harold have did he have a life policy?
He had,
yeah, because you know what happens is as I wear my crochet more, it gets a little bit loose. So this is perfect right here, like this, and then I can have one chest right here, and I can have one chest right here.
Maybe Ashley, your daughter Ashley, since there's two Ashleys, like your daughter Ashley, I actually heard that she may have taken some of that money or stole some of that money. Was that?
I don't have proof of that, but I had taken, actually, I filed for disability because from the moment he died until they regularly my med, I couldn't quit crying. Constant crying. And then I took it out and put it in the safe. I had like maybe 15,000 to 20,000 in there.
Ooh.
But when I went back to put it
my
back into
computer is dying.
I only had like $3,000 to $4,000 left.
And it was in the safe?
It was in the safe. And I didn't have cameras at the time, so I couldn't prove anything.
But the only person, I think you told the detective at one point that
I'm gonna have to get on my phone.
Did you ever confront her about that? Or
I'm gonna have to.
No, because I couldn't prove it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to end this live right here and get on my phone and then search my computer.
Or maybe even Ashley would have wanted
he's
to hurt
dying. He's dying.
No,
I mean, maybe.
I thought things were fine. Obviously, they weren't. I had no idea. If I'd even had an inkling, I wouldn't even let them in the house.
I'm just, trying to put two and two together. Like the money was missing, she got the money. Maybe she knew that there was a life policy. And
life policy wasn't that big. It wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
I mean, was he mean to you? Was he mean to her?
No.
He wasn't mean to the kids or anything like that, or where she would have had some kind of way or something.
Yeah, if I have it like this, then I can build on the chest and I go like this.
Okay.
And then build more of the breast, because then I can cover the whole entire chest, I can cover the whole entire chest. Let me put it together on here, and then by the time I'm done putting it together, then maybe I can get it. I'm gonna put it back. So we're going to put it on right now. I'm gonna use my smaller hook.
Okay. What happened to Ashley's her husband?
He had what was called a widowmaker. He had the front part of the heart had a blockage in it, and they said that no one would have known it unless they caught it when it happened, and it ended up killing him.
A question about Ashley's deceased husband didn't just come out of left field, because even though there's no evidence of foul play involved in his death, which Marcia says happened from a heart attack, these two have shown a proven ability to poison without leaving a trace. And while Marcia's not technically under arrest, she's about to find out that when it comes to her daughter, it's a different story.
So I told you, Ashley's, they're picking her. Did you know that she was arrested? So you didn't even know that she was arrested? Yep. So we ended up getting a warrant for her for burglary. Or maybe it was, just aiding in the burglary or whatever, because she didn't actually break into your house, but we knew that she
had communicated with Steven, you know.
I'm shocked. I'm so shocked.
That you gave him the code and stuff like that.
She said she wouldn't even talk to me.
And we'll talk to her in depth, like we will with you, maybe see what, you know, more of her explanations. But from everything that we have recovered from the phones, because we got her phone as well when we made the arrest, we, you know, have it, you know, in our evidence and stuff. Also, Steven's phone, you know, where her and Steven have communicated quite a bit, has led us to where we're at now. And I mean, I you know, I'll just be honest with you. I mean, I know that something, I mean, just from the messages alone, not including other stuff that is going to come to light, but that something was done to him, you know, unless these messages mean something totally different that we'll show you here in just a little bit. He's printing off. I mean, it's hard to understand. You know, it's hard to understand why this would happen. But if you know that she did something, I don't want you. And I know it's your daughter, and I have kids. You know, I have 3 daughters. I have 1 son. And I know how hard that would be. They're young. Mine, you know, not as old as Ashley, so my kids haven't had the chance to betray me the way that your daughter has betrayed you.
My children haven't had the chance to betray me.
And I can't imagine being in that situation that you're in. But I just want you to know that we are talking to you first, and if you do know something that she did, to make sure that you tell me today, because when we talk to her, I don't think she's going to hold back.
I'm just trying to figure out what the crap's going on. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Well, I wasn't wanting to really go into detail on the messages because I don't want to misquote them. You know, I don't want to misquote what I've read. You know, but
man, the police are lying now. I don't want to misquote
them.
them.
Say something that is close to what the text message was, but not exactly like it would be right in front of you. But, you know, I mean, there's just a lot of those text messages are referring to, you know, things that could harm him. And, you know, like screenshots of pictures, like screenshot where you would screenshot a picture on your phone of like the tracking number, you know,
I'm scared this is
I
gonna
can't
die.
tell you if that was
before I finish
her or
this
you.
part. But I'm gonna get back when I'm gonna finish it. I dedicated myself